Bottom Nation. I'm in a good mood, Bottom Nation. I've been really enjoying the pod lately, and I've been reading your comments and hearing week after week that lately these have been some of your favorite episodes ever. I'm just going to say now, like, I know a lot of you don't tune in when it's dudes, but our episode from last week with Nico Carney and Jamie Wolf, a lot of our regular listeners were saying this was the episode where they laughed more than ever. So stop being such a fucking weirdo and limiting yourself and just have a nice time with fun people. Come on, you fucking piece of shit. Anyway, this week we have Maddie Peck on the pod, incredible comedian. I saw her a few years ago during the pandemic performing on a roof, and I thought, oh my God, she is so funny. And I've had her on Sunday school a few times. She's fantastic. This episode is great. We get into shooting your fucking shot when you're maybe not so gay appearing or you don't know if someone else is gay. So it's a really, really great episode. I think you will like it very much. And then as always, we had an amazing bonus episode with her, patreon.com/WHGS for full bonus episodes. We do 4 a month. That's kind of crazy. And then I am going on tour. We just released the full list. I cannot remember them all. It's like 25 cities. But the ones that are coming up soonest, I think, are Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Nashville, Hartford, Connecticut. I mean, such a long, random list of cities that it would really behoove you to get on my email alert or my text alert so you don't even have to listen to this section. And I know you're not listening to this. Write in, listener. Put a little tongue smiley face in the comments if you are listening right now. Is anyone here? Have a good week. Listener, if you've been listening a while, you'll know by now I've been sleeping on a Helix mattress for a few years, and I'm getting the absolute best sleep of my life. Don't just take my word for it. Helix has been awarded the #1 mattress pick by GQ and Wired magazine, and it's even recommended by multiple leading chiropractors and doctors of sleep medicine as a go-to solution for improving your sleep. Helix is offering up to 30% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex. That's helixsleep.com/gaysex. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. Listener, this episode is brought to you by Smalls, my absolute favorite cat food, and my cat's favorite cat food. Smalls cat food is protein-packed recipes made with preservative-free ingredients you'd find in your fridge. And that's why veterinarians.org rates Smalls 10 out of 10 for ingredient quality. And so do my cats. Now is the time to make the switch to Smalls. Head to smalls.com/gay and use promo code GAY at checkout for 50% off your first order plus free shipping. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use my code GAY for 50% off your first order. One last time, that's promo code GAY for 50% off your first order plus free shipping.
I came out in 2021. I had the vaccine. It was my first year out of college. I was my first summer in New York. Yeah, like,
oh, baby, you were living.
Ravenous vibes. I went on one date with a woman and I was like, this is so much better. I feel so much safer. Yeah. So there wasn't like the constant threat of violence that comes with like dating straight men. And I was just bursting with relief. And so I became addicted to giving my phone number away to girls on the train. But yeah, I didn't have a great success rate.
Love your bracelet, dude.
Thank you.
Where's that from?
I just went to Thailand and the Philippines.
Incredible.
So
your ring also.
I have a ring.
Look at that ring.
I got it from a market.
I have ring.
I have a ring. I didn't have rings before I went to Thailand, and now I have multiple rings. I have so many rings, baby.
Jen and I are going to Thailand.
Are you? I can literally, please take me with you. Can you take me with you, baby? I want to go back already.
Yeah, honestly, we got a really good deal.
I was in the Philippines for 11 days and Thailand for 12 days.
Okay, and that's about what we're doing.
It was great.
Almost 3 weeks, yeah.
You need it. Yeah. You need more. Honestly, it's great. Bangkok is great. Bangkok is so cool. Chiang Mai is awesome. Like, I loved it.
You are a world traveler, Gus.
I
You are
am.
everywhere. Last time you were here, you were in Colombia.
Yes, I'm out here. I'm out here, baby. I'm trying to get international with my dick.
Were you solo traveling?
I was in the Philippines. I had friends, and then Thailand, I was alone.
Okay, incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, I had this
Hell yeah.
crazy like cliff jumping experience. It was nuts.
Whoa.
Yeah, I cliff jumped like
Wait,
8-10 times. It was
That
great.
actually reminds. Well,
do
I have
stuff
to
like
introduce
that.
everybody. Thank you. Firstly, let me say, Maddie Wiener, hall monitor, incredible comedic genius, is sick.
Oh,
So everyone go to Maddie's, like, kind of for real. So she will be fine, but she's feeling it right now.
okay.
So go to Maddie's Instagram and wish them well because, and then of course, I called every gay person in New York City. I texted Nico.
Yeah, we could have done
did-
a couple of.
Did he say that?
Oh,
It was
he
so
might
last
have.
minute.
I haven't
I
looked
was
at
like,
my phone.
do you want to start co-hosting right now with your girlfriend? I mean, I texted, thank you so much for getting here.
Yeah, I live really close to you, so
Oh,
it was
okay.
it's easy. Yeah.
And you're co-hosting today, so we need to give you like a little name. You understand what your job is, right?
Yes.
You're, to keep me from getting canceled, but
Yeah.
it's no longer super relevant for reasons we won't go into that everybody already knows.
Right. So just kind of keep you from getting canceled.
Yeah,
and
but-
kind of keep everybody from getting canceled,
Yeah,
including myself.
but I'm trying to think
Totally.
like maybe because you're so small.
I am 5'2" for the listeners. For the listeners, I'm Lady Gaga's height.
Incredible. The perfect height.
5'2".
So you're really like you're like people. I don't think people will be scared of you. Like you're innocent in a weird way because of your height.
Yeah.
You're
Although
teeny.
someone said I look like I have kids yesterday to me, and
did you hit 'em?
That
really
person
threw
is
me. It really
not
threw me,
your
baby.
friend.
It was not. I was like really thrown. I
Where
was
did
like,
that come from?
when did I start looking like that? It was
Yeah.
like because I said I was 31, and they were like, you look way older. I thought you had kids. I was like, wow, I am out
the
here.
People
I'm
have to start
5'2".
thinking before they speak. That is crazy.
Was it a child? Was it a young
No,
person?
it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't.
What the fuck is their problem?
I know, but
They were threatened by you. That's what that was.
threatened.
They were
They
threatened by
they
you.
felt
You
threatened.
sound like my mother. If you're getting kicked in the ass, it's because you're ahead of the game.
They're jealous.
They're jealous. It's
so
so
real.
funny. That is the most useless advice. Have you ever heard that?
That
from
sounds mean to you because they're jealous.
Yeah, even when I
it's
was
not
in
true.
second grade, as my mom like told me that because I was dealing with my first bully who made fun of the way that I laughed.
Oh.
And I do laugh different now. And I wonder if that's like a thing that changed my.
What was that bully's name?
John Mark.
Wow, first and last.
Wow.
No,
Let him
that's
know.
his first name.
That's his first name?
Yeah,
His
I don't
first
feel
name is
comfortable.
John Mark?
Yeah, I know. I should have been bullying him.
That's
That's
his
a
origin
terrible
story.
first
It's a
name.
Academy
That's
name.
two first
He's
names.
trying to
and-
get out in front of the first name. That's his origin story. For
he
being
was
so
really trying to get
cruel.
ahead of it. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
Olivia Poping that a little
I
bit.
don't get that one. You're good at pop culture.
Scandal, Kerry Washington. It's handled. She's PR. That's me describing Scandal in 4 sentences. Throw me
That's
another
all you
show,
need to
baby.
know.
Well, I'm very glad you're here. You saved
I'm
the
s-
day. You did save the day. You are Kerry Washington.
Oh my God.
I called you.
You said it's handled.
You said it's handled,
It's
and
handled.
here you are.
Yes.
Well, thank you. And then we're in the apartment. We're having gay sex. We're having gay sex with Maddie Peck today.
Hi.
Comedian, monthly show at Union Hall, The Last Drop, MPEC_ on Instagram. Thank you for
Yes.
being here.
Thanks for having me.
You guys know I'm a lesbian. She, her. We know you're he, him, gay man.
Yes.
Do you mind telling people what you are so that
Yeah.
they can, know what they're dealing with here?
Totally. She, her, queer, or pansexual. If those words are unfamiliar, bisexual is fine.
For you
how I-
plebes out there.
Yeah. Any parents listening, you can just say bye.
And there are. Isn't that amazing?
really,
I have people come to my
This
show
isn't-
without their kids.
wow.
Being like, my daughter, my child loves your podcast and I wanted to learn more.
Aw.
Doesn't that give you faith in humanity?
that's sweet.
That's so sweet.
That's one of my
Oh.
absolute
I
favorite.
love that.
For the most
Oh.
part, I just want people to be there for the comedy.
Yeah.
But when parents come for their kids,
Yeah.
that really makes me
You're
feel better.
PBS for straight parents.
I'm
Incredible.
angry Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
I'm Dyke Rogers. That's who I am.
Yes, yeah.
That should
Actually,
be
yeah.
merch. That's incredible.
I kind of
Will
want
you
to get
be
a.
my? Will you be my? Will you be my? I don't have a punchline.
I don't even
So
remember
sorry.
the song. I kind of remember it.
That is the
Neighbor.
Will you be my neighbor?
My
yeah.
neighbor.
Yeah.
None of us.
Totally.
Not
None of us can think of one.
Full circle back. Listener, write in.
Yeah.
What's the end of that riff?
Ba, ba, ba.
Well, thank you guys both for being here. Yeah, and usually the way that it goes is I'll tell a gay sex story. So I have a 2-parter.
Ooh.
And you guys are getting part 1, which is kind of the lame part of this story.
Oh,
But
you're
this-
going to leave us on a cliffhanger.
You're going to leave us on a to be
Well,
continued?
do you see this little bruise on my... Oh, by the way, I'm in an
Yes.
open relationship. I'm not a creep.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. It's like very... I'm working on this.
Oh, that's a large bruise.
Is
Yeah.
that not a large
Oh,
bruise?
my goodness.
And it has gone down. I know the other day
in a
I was like
triangle.
feeling my arm and I was like, why does this hurt? And then I looked down and I was like, that woman left a bruise on me.
It looks very like thumbprint.
It's a bite.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see.
yeah. There's a circular element
I was
to
going to say it kind of looks
certainly.
like a bite. It looked like little marks like that.
And I have been okay, debate from my other podcast. I don't think that you can leave a hickey unintentionally.
No, it takes work.
That's what I
It
think.
takes work. Yeah.
I haven't done it. I feel like it's happened to me, but maybe they were lying about their intentions.
But
Maybe they're
That's
like,
a
I
good
totally
point.
didn't mean to do it.
That's a really good point. Oh, I didn't mean to. Yes, you fucking did.
Wow, I'm realizing that live. That's crazy.
yeah.
What happened?
How does it feel?
Well,
I'm already getting the vibe from you, and you're like way more of like an Oprah co-host. You're like way
I
more
get deep, baby.
Barbara Walters.
I get deep.
necessary energy.
Yeah.
No, it was like the first time.
Did I say your name? Gus Constantellis.
Yes, I think you did.
Okay, great.
It was the first time we had hooked up and we were like new friends. And I don't know, like nothing about it was weird other than that, I guess.
Where on your body? Your neck?
My neck.
The counter that I got is like, no, like sometimes you bruise easily and you're really into it. And I can't imagine this is kind of related to my story. I can't imagine being so into something that I forget about someone's ability to bruise.
Yeah, also a bite feels like you're
Also-
gonna leave a bruise.
My issue with
You
it
know,
overall.
going into it, this is bruising territory.
You're stepping
My
it up.
issue with
Yeah.
it is the location of it on your body is very random. Like
you don't like that it's here?
it's just
Yeah.
why this part of your body? Like why not your neck? Why not maybe I guess like higher up?
You're not going to hear that part of the story.
I just feel like this is such a strange part for her to be like gnawing at you at.
Do you
Do you know what I mean? Am I
Gnawing
making
is
sense?
the correct word, by the way.
What?
Gnawing is the correct word.
I mean,
given the vibe
I
of
saw
the
it.
sex.
I'm seeing
Was
it.
this something she took upon herself or was it requested?
I did not. Milady,
Yes.
bite my wrist, please.
Not even your wrist, like your forearm, I would say.
Okay. You're so gay. Your forearm.
Your forearm, I would say.
This is the forearm is like a big deal in the lesbian community.
Yeah,
You're
you should
aware of
get that
right?
tattooed.
No, I did not. I'm not aware of that at all.
Oh, for like fingering?
Yeah, it's huge.
Tell Oprah what the significance of it is, please. Thank you.
Please only refer to yourself in the third person for the rest.
Tell Barbara, yeah.
Okay, Barb. So, because we do this, yes?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So-
I know that.
And at like a lot of odd angles, right?
Yeah.
So you'll be in bed and maybe you'll be a little bit uncomfortable, but you're not going to admit that you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What are you, little pussy ass bitch?
You're reaching all the small twitch muscles.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
you're
So
getting
it's
in
like
there.
this for a while. I'm going to be honest, I don't like doing this on camera.
And
Great.
you don't
No,
have
that's
to.
fine. Then you don't have to. Then that's,
You're like, no one asked you.
you. Yeah, I know.
In fact, I'm uncomfortable
No
that
one-
you keep doing it. I've asked you several times
Like,
to
I'm
stop.
happy you've said something.
There is a much simpler way to describe what it is without all
Jen,
of it.
can you come in here, please? We're demonstrating. So you're going to get the boring half and you're not even going to get the fun half.
No, give me the boring half. I want the boring half.
Okay, here's the boring half. I went to a location. I'm not going to say where because I want to respect this person's privacy. And as the listeners know, I have kind of had a dry spell.
Okay.
My relationship is open, but it's really more of like a hall pass program than anything. The door is cracked open. We're not out and about looking for it on the apps so much. Jen a little more on the apps and me more like when I'm in other cities, maybe I'll get on an app or something. But it's like very casual. Like, but we both kind of went through a dry spell, and then I broke my dry spell wildly a few episodes ago. Like, the floodgates are open, and now it feels like I'm getting all this attention, and I'm like, oh.
Okay, fun.
I'm so happy
you
for
know,
you.
like maybe it's spring. I don't know. I feel good about myself. I feel
people
confident.
are ravenous right now.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
Because
yes, they
Jen
are.
has been saying, is this happening in the gay male community as well?
Yes, I literally had someone come over Tuesday and bite me so hard that I started to bleed in my lip, and then
happening?
Okay.
and then was like, "You need to date me," and I was like,
"Can I just have something, Gus?"
Sorry, yes, but no, you. No.
Can I just have something, please? Oh, you have a bruise? I was bleeding.
I was bleeding for days. No, no, but so ravenous,
Jen's
especially in
been getting all
Thailand.
these
There was a
DMs.
yes, good.
I think it's springing.
Yeah,
I think it
We had
is,
that
yeah.
one warm week, and everyone was like, "It's time to."
And now
slut
that
out.
it's cold again, people are like even craving that warmth even more.
Yeah, they're
agree.
chasing it.
It's happening. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I feel
that
it. I
feeling.
feel it. I even texted somebody that I was like purely having sex with and was like, "You didn't want to hang out?" And I was like, what's happening?"
You're like, "Let's go to a wine bar. It's 70 degrees."
Yeah, something's going on. So I feel it too.
Well, I'm feeling myself.
Good.
And
Good.
I went to this location. The club got me a really nice hotel.
That's
so
great.
that was cool.
Yeah.
And I walked in, and I'm approaching the check-in, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this like femme bisexual, like little teeny tattoos.
Love.
You know, like little sparkly
little sticker
teeny-
tattoos.
Yeah, teeny
Cute.
tattoos. And I was like, I saw her see me, and I was like, I think she knows that either I'm gay or she knows who I am. And so I was like, but I'm already confident. And then she came over, and she was like, "Hey, are you Ashley Gavin?" And I was like, "I am gonna get laid in this nice hotel." I was just like, because I'm confident right now.
Yeah.
And look, when you go to a nice hotel, you are lying if sex isn't the first thing you think about.
Of course.
It's built for
Are you
that,
kidding me?
I would
That is,
argue.
yeah,
Yes.
it is built for that.
It encourages it.
Thank you.
Yes, it does encourage
Yes.
it.
It like from our WHGS episode, it has a strap on laying out on the bed as soon as you get there.
There's always some fancy fucking bathtub.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Fancy
well,
bathtub.
I can't be in this bathtub alone. Like
No.
we gotta fuck
Every
in this
suite's a honeymoon
bathtub.
suite.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Every suite's a honeymoon suite.
You're right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is really nice. She's there. She's feeling that. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling the hotel. And she's like, I work. So there's this guy who does like all the comedians' ads. Do you work with Ryan?
No.
You should.
Great.
He does all the comedians' ads, and he does my ads. And she's like, I work with Ryan. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, she's like, I'm coming to your show. Like, and then we were chatting, and she was like, she was a little flirty. She was like, if, because they do social media too for people, but I don't use that. And she was like, well, if Ashley signs on, like, I want to be on Ashley's account or whatever to me. And I was like, "Ooh, okay.
Oh, she's clocked you for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's telling me. And she's like being all giggly about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get in the elevator and we're chatting, and she goes, she hits her stop. I hit my stop. My stop is after hers. She's like, oh, well, I'll just walk you to your hotel room. And I was like, okay, cool.
Ooh.
And a little bit in my head, I'm like, what do I do with this? Because are we coworkers?
There's a weird professional.
Yes. It
line.
went from like a sexual energy to like Grey's Anatomy. You're like, I'm in a hospital now. I'm working. This is a coworker.
We're talking about ads.
Yes.
I didn't know
It feels
because
separated.
it
enough.
does, because I don't work with her at
You
all.
don't have any,
She
like-
has a separate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never met her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And she's being really flirty, and she came into my hotel room, and just to be sure, I sat on the opposite side of the. I like ran for the chair that no one uses.
Yeah.
That's what this chair is for. I think.
Yeah, yes.
You know the chair in the corner of the
Yes,
room that
it's
no
to
one
build
ever.
tension.
To build tension.
Yeah.
It's a tension chair. Exactly.
Absolutely.
I thought that was for cuck play.
Building tension.
You're right. You're right. Exactly.
There was
Two
a-
uses of tension.
There was a hotel room I stayed in where there was this like weird bench like right across the bed, and I was
You're
like, this is a
right.
cuck bench.
It
There's
is
no.
it's a cuck bench. The
It's a cuck
hotel,
bench.
the hotel people are thinking.
They are
Yeah.
really, especially a nice hotel. They're
Yes.
thinking about these
They're
things.
thinking.
They
They've
think
got-
they're subtle. They're not.
They're
They're not subtle
They're
at
not.
all.
We're
baby.
on to you.
Oh.
We're on to their games.
Yes.
But so I go sit in the cuck chair. We're talking. I'm like, do you want to maybe hang out later? She was like, yeah, definitely. Yada, yada. We exchanged numbers. I'm like, great. So I'm texting her a little bit, and I no, I'm not. I said like hello, just so she had my number. Then I'm like, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out and shower, and then I'll text her. I'm like literally like, how many hours do I have to wait before I have to text her? I'm doing like the whole fucking thing. And then I realized I didn't have a hair tie. So I was like, perfect. So I text her and I'm like, oh, since we're best friends now, can I borrow a hair tie? And she was like, yes. And this is my room number. Come get your hair tie.
Get your hair tie, girl.
Jen's closing the door right now.
Get your fucking hair tie.
What's the problem, Jen? She's laughing.
There is a slight giggle.
So I go to get my hair tie and she opens the door all weird, which I didn't think. I clocked it, but I didn't overanalyze it.
What do you mean?
She doesn't fully open the door.
Okay.
And she's like standing there.
She's like, here's your hair tie.
Yes.
She throws
and
it
she
through
like,
the crack.
it's a totally different vibe than like 2 hours prior.
Yeah.
Giving coworker energy.
That's what I thought. And she chucked the hair tie at me. And then later, after my workout, I was like, I would like to return your hair tie, which is an object that never needs to be returned to anybody.
No.
That is purely
they're like umbrellas.
Yeah.
It's like you never really own them. They sort of just like
appear
float between us.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. God, you're such a good writer. You're so funny.
Thank you.
Yes, that was beautiful.
You nail an analogy every time.
Thanks.
But so I'm and she goes, oh, I'm at this like queer thing and like a bar. She starts talking like she's being funny but more distant this time.
But to let anyone, I don't know, to let someone know you're at a gay bar feels like flirting.
Right. I was like, but it was different. It was marked. It was different. It was different to the point where I screenshotted the conversations, sent them all to Jen.
Yeah.
And I was like, what did I do? Did I do something wrong?
Oh.
Is it the work thing?
Yeah.
And she was like, you didn't do anything wrong. I don't know, but just let it go.
Totally.
And I was like, okay.
Good
So
advice.
I let it go. And then the next day at my show, we're in the green room. I'm excited to see her. I had a good set, you know.
Great.
So like I'm yes.
That does make a difference.
It makes a massive
you can't,
difference.
You can't be sexy after a bad set.
No.
Or at least I can't.
No.
You also just feel bad. You want to go. You want to go. You
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
go home.
You want to
I'm
die.
like, I need to be alone.
I need to be alone. I
Figure out a
know.
way to become myself
Right.
again.
I know. Yeah.
So I did well. And then she walks in, and who does she walk in with? But this like kind of masculine, like about my height, brown hair, masculine lesbian.
Walks in with your twin.
Walks in with my like more Gen Z twin. Like they've got the
So just say younger. So you're younger twin.
not just younger, but like, do you know when you meet like a lesbian from a non-gay city who like looks like they're cosplaying as a TikTok lesbian?
Totally.
Like they've got like one of those polo-y kind of shirts on, and they've got the chain. They're like really, they're like a Target brand lesbian.
Yeah.
This is gonna get you canceled. This is your core demo here. You're really
I've been this person before.
No, it's
so
not.
love and light. I understand.
No, I don't think you have. Because I think New York is a little more. This is like someone who has seen the trends.
Someone once described it to me as like, oh, this is like what, like we were in Chicago and she's like from Chicago and she's like, this is what I thought people in New York dressed like before I moved to New York.
Yes.
And then she kept pointing out people throughout the night that were dressed like that, and I was like,
they have like a referee stripe on the polo.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know this exact shirt from Urban Outfitters.
Yes, exactly. We're gonna have to. This is actually a great clip for. It's like what a cool lesbian should look like if an animator sketched.
Yeah.
A cool lesbian.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
is
If you
exactly-
AI cool lesbian from New York City.
Yes,
Yeah. That's what AI should be for. That's what AI did before this. You know what I mean? It was just these
For
lesbians. Yeah.
representation.
Yes.
For representation.
Outfit ideas.
But like, you know, she walked in and I was just like, and this girl that I'm talking about does have a social media account. She does like queer, borderline thirst trappy, like kind of stuff. And I was like, they are meant for each other. Like I'm not.
You're like, leave me out of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, seeing who she was dating gave me the ick.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that once you get that, it's over, baby.
I did think you were going to say she walked in with a boyfriend, but I'm like, this is arguably worse.
Yeah, much.
She just chose not you.
Totally.
So I think that
She literally had the choice between you or you, and she said you.
Well, here's the thing. I think I do feel a little more rejected because they were not dating. I think this was like a TikTok. Who's the big queer TikTok like mask? Hey, mama's TikToker in this city. I'm gonna DM them and say that I'm going. But she also knew she was gonna see me.
Yeah, she didn't need to do that.
She didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, benefit of the doubt. I don't think she thought we were gonna walk into the same hotel.
Yeah.
You know?
Or sit down in your hotel room.
Yeah. I don't think she knew. And she was super flirty with me, but then I think she pulled back. I think because maybe this girl was in her hotel room.
That makes
a
so
lot
much
of sense.
Yes.
Because she
That's
barely
exactly
cracked the
it.
door open
Yeah.
and didn't text me again after. She had this one window with me and then it was open. Maybe that's why and then maybe that's why she came to my hotel room. Maybe she was like, well, if it was going to happen, it's going to happen now.
Yeah.
and then you sat on the cuck couch.
And then I sat in the fucking cuck couch.
You could have
We
not.
should have invited her up. I should have just been cucked.
You could have just gotten cucked. You could have said
I could
that.
have just gotten cucked.
Yeah. There's room for everyone.
There's literally the chair is right there, baby.
That is so tough.
There's a second chapter to this that's much shorter. And then the third chapter where I get my arm bruised.
Oh, that's a third act situation.
That is,
Third act.
wow,
Okay.
this is
This
really
is a
giving
wild-
90s CW show. I love this. Part 1, 2, and 3, baby. Like, let's go. The
miniseries.
7th Heaven finale could never.
But that was my I almost want to riff more on this lesbian TikTok. Maybe we can go to that at the end for clips. But yeah, I mean, it was a humbling experience. I definitely felt old. I'm not gonna lie.
How old was do you know how
I
old
think
the
they
girl
were
was?
25, 26.
Okay.
But I'm starting to really feel my age a little bit.
I do think
I feel that too. Well, especially the kids comment the other day.
That was
Yeah.
crazy.
But also but I am starting to feel my age. Yeah. Because traveling alone in Thailand, I think when I was younger, traveling alone, people were like, whatever, he's like a young little traveler.
That's so funny.
I think this time people were like, what the fuck is this
Are
old
you
ass
okay?
dude? Are you dude, you good? You're all right?
Middle-aged man in Thailand. This is not a good vibe.
Feel a little bit of that energy. And I was like, oh no, am I giving that vibe off? I feel like I'm cute. I feel like I'm cute in a ripped
And
little
it
tank
just
top.
sucks 'cause you're doing better than anybody. Like the guy stuck at home who can't go to Thailand is in way worse shape than you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You're living your best life. You're fucking. Are you single still?
Yes, I am.
You're single in Thailand.
I was single in Thailand, baby.
Oh, okay. You have a ring. You have a bracelet. You're ready to
I
go.
have a ring. I have a necklace. I didn't wear it for you. I said too much.
Too powerful.
I said too much,
powerful.
baby. I can't
Have to
be
show up humble.
in that energy. No. But I
yeah,
feel
you're
that.
in the co-host chair. You remember that?
I am feeling that old ass energy though.
Yeah.
I'm being Oprah again. I'm feeling that.
Well, anyway, that's my gay section this week. To be continued. Listener, one of the best ways to support this podcast is to come see me live, okay? It's a really great way to just support the whole team and everything that we do here. So get on my text list or my email list. It's international, both of them. AshleyGavin.com. Go sign up, and I'll literally text you when I'm in your area. So you don't have to hear all these plugs. You can skip right by them. Don't even worry about your city. Just get on one of those two things, and I will let you know, okay? Because there's a lot of cities coming, and I just remaking this announcement over and over again. We all think it's annoying. You do. I do. Get on the text list, you piece of shit. Listener, spring has sprung. What better way to keep a woman around than a Helix mattress, right? She knows if she comes over, she's getting the best sleep of her life. And not only that, she knows you've invested in self-care. Because what is more important than sleep? And Helix gets you the best mattress, and I would know because I have a Helix and I've had it for a few years now. I'm getting the best sleep of my life. And Helix can give you that by customizing a mattress just for you. Head to helixsleep.com/gaysex and take their 2-minute quiz to find out which mattress is best for your unique needs. And don't be nervous because they have 100 nights to try it. I know it's a big deal getting a new mattress. It's a whole thing, but they make it so easy. And there's a 10 to 15-year warranty depending on the model. Don't just take it from me. Helix has been awarded the #1 mattress pick by GQ and Wired magazine.
And it's even recommended by multiple leading doctors of sleep medicine and chiropractors as a go-to solution for improving your sleep. Helix is offering up to 30% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex. That's helixsleep.com/gaysex. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Maddie, did you have gay sex this week?
I did.
That's great.
Good for you.
Thank you. Wait, where's the Kool-Aid one?
Oh yeah.
There we go. I love that one. I did. I do feel like it might not be fun to chat about because I am in a long-term loving relationship.
Sure.
But I did want to talk about kind of when I first started dating when I moved here.
Yeah.
So I came out to the world in 2021. I moved
To
here in
the world?
2020. I was out to like
What does that mean to you? Your mom?
No. It's like on Hinge.
Okay.
Yeah. And because I was out to a few friends, and then in 2021, it was like I got a vaccine. It was my first summer in New York.
And then you turned gay?
And yes, and that's what happens. So you should all go get it. Run, don't walk. But it was like this immense feeling of relief because it's like I had the vaccine. It was my like first year out of college. I was my first summer in New York. Yeah, like
Oh, baby, you were living.
ravenous vibes.
What album was
And
playing? What album was playing in the ears?
Oh.
What was it? Was it Taylor? What was it?
It was Cruel Summer Taylor Swift.
Okay, there you go. And that's perfect. That's that energy.
You know what I love about this pod? I just love all the different energies and personalities that come up. Because like this is an energy we don't have. This is energy. I'm not gonna. I'm so sorry, but like we never have like a pop culture moment.
Somebody cancel this bitch. Okay? Calling me exactly what I am on this podcast. Yes, you're right. Yeah.
But I was just so relieved because I went on one date with a woman and I was like, this is so much better. I feel so much safer.
Yeah.
So there wasn't like the constant threat of violence that comes with like dating straight men. And I was just bursting with relief. And so I became addicted to giving my phone number away to girls on the train.
I've been there, baby.
I was doing
I've been
it
there.
That's
constantly.
amazing. For two things there. First of all, the bar is so low. Just the pure safety
But
of it.
it's so
Totally.
bad. I know.
Totally.
Yes. I would do the same thing when I went to NYU. I lived in Bay Ridge, so it was far. So I had
Yeah.
like a 45-minute, hour-long commute, and I'd be handing my fucking number
Yes,
out all on that R
business
train, baby.
cards. I haven't changed my number. Many of you listening maybe have my phone number. I haven't changed it. It's on my to-do list.
The other thing I was going to say is I've hooked up with multiple straight women recently.
Totally.
And
Straight
both
women.
both of them were like you keep checking in on me. And I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
And
always
they're shocked by it.
yeah.
They're like, you're so kind. I'm like, I'm really not. I'm kind of known for being a bitch, honestly.
Yeah. It is sad to be on the other side of because you're just like, oh my God, you're admitting this because you don't know how upsetting it is that you didn't have that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they feel comfortable being like, wow,
Oh,
you're doing
yeah.
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that is the bare minimum.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
what
crazy
should
that
be
you're
happening.
openly being like, I've never had
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm like, you don't even know
And
how
these
vulnerable the
these are
statement that
straights
is.
from like the middle of nowhere. They're not. It's not
Totally.
like advanced like New York or whatever. But you know where men have learned that if they're nice to women, it serves them.
Yeah.
You know, isn't that crazy? Yeah. But anyway, continue.
But yes, and
How
so
successful was it, by the way, giving your number out on the
Okay,
subway?
I want to know
Well-
more about this because lesbians are so many listeners write in and are like, how do I let people know I'm gay? How do I let
Yeah.
people figure out if it's a date? How do I approach women? And you're just giving your phone number out on the train.
I'm pretty direct. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like had no, and I like you.
And at this time, you had a far more feminine energy.
Yes, I was gonna
This
say
is like,
you met me during that era.
Yeah,
and I had
yeah.
blonde hair. I wore exclusively women's clothes. Like I
Yeah.
had a much more femme vibe. But yeah, I didn't have a great success rate. But I kept doing it.
And
I had the
listener, Maddie is
spirit.
very cute. Okay,
Sorry.
So it happens to all of us.
And honestly, the last time I did it was this girl who she's very cute. I was just kind of like hand her my number as I'm getting off the train, and I said
You write it down on a piece of paper?
Yeah, like
because I've
ripped off
thought
from a
about making
notebook.
business card merch that just says "I'm gay. Here's my number," and you like hand it to
do
somebody.
that.
Should
That's
I do
really
this?
fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was
Yeah.
doing kind of like the broke version of that. It was a corner of my notebook, and I wrote down, and I was just like something along the lines of like, "Oh, like you're very beautiful. If you want to text me, here's my number."
See, that's
Exited
all
the
you have
train.
to do.
Very simple.
Just
Keep it
you
simple.
are so you're so cute. You're so
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
What's the gay male equivalent?
I mean, I did give a hand job on the art train once. So, I mean, I guess that.
Incredible.
I would say that.
amazing. No, I didn't get that far.
And when in doubt,
Yes.
give it a hand job.
Something like that. Yeah, yeah. The train was empty. We just did our thing. And then, we both got off at the same stop, which
Perfect.
is actually not great. You know what I
Did
mean? I
you
wish
get
it was
off
different.
at the same stop?
Oh, were you, like, walking
no,
the same
it wasn't
direction?
enough stops so that he could come. It was
Right.
only like 3 or 4 stops. It was
Yikes.
like, this is 77th Street. And then you have to stop
Yeah.
jerking him off in between, just in case someone gets on.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So you only have, it's the R train. It stops very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unlike him, who did not finish.
So you'd go up to women
Yeah.
as you were getting off the train.
Yes.
I think that's critical.
Because I didn't want to.
you can run away.
You didn't want to like stick around. Because I'm like, yeah, your choice. Like, no worries.
and you don't know whether or not they're gay.
No. Well, this girl, so she texted me. We set up a date. And then day of the date, she was like, "Hey, I can't come. I'm not gay." And I'm like, totally no problem.
Whoa! No, I have to pause you. I'm so sorry. Yes, she is.
No, and I know that. And we know that. She doesn't.
A woman gives you her number, and you're like, I'm not gay, but I'm gonna text her.
No,
like, what do you
totally.
think is gonna fucking happen?
Well, what happened is then she says, like I'm very flattered. I'm not gay. I was like, no problem. And then she sends me a link and she goes, but I do have this website. And she sends me a link She sends me a link to a website. And it says something along the lines of like hotsexysinglesnewyorkcity.com. And it's like kind of spelled weird, incorrectly even. And I was like, oh my God. She was like,
She's a sex worker?
No, I don't think that was it. I honestly didn't open the link because I was
She's an
nervous.
entrepreneur looking for people to join her app.
And that is what I think it was. I think she was kind of like, here's a community of people who probably should find God, but instead they're finding hot, sexy singles in New York. Like, it was such a crazy way to get rejected.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Not only am I rejecting you, but you look like you get rejected a lot.
Yeah.
So
and there's many people out there like you, she said. Yeah.
can we
This is
find the
for
web?
pe-
We won't
I
actually
don't
put
know
the
if it's
website up.
real
But
still, or if like I never clicked on it because I was also like,
you
what?
didn't click on it.
No, I was like,
you
is this
have the
going to give my
text
phone
somewhere?
a virus? It's on my old phone. We can try to look it up though.
I think we should. I think we
Yeah.
should find out.
Do you want me to
'Cause,
look
like,
now?
was she doing a bit? Could it have been a bit?
No, the vibes were not funny. Like she was not. There was no like humor in our previous texting.
She was like,
I don't
"This
think she
is-
was negging me.
This is for people who like give their number out on the subway. Specifically, this is the website for them.
I'm actually really mad at her right now.
Totally, it was crazy.
That's crazy.
It made me feel crazy. I obviously never did
She
it again
led
after
you
that.
on, and then borderline told you that you need to be in a community.
How dare she say I need to be in a community?
How long was
She's like,
she
you need a
negging you?
support group, babe.
What were the texts like?
Yeah.
we have follow up.
How long was the negging going on, and what were the texts like between the negging and the I'm not gay?
There was no previous like examples of any negging. It was totally lovely, normal chatting.
Flirty?
Yeah. And then, well, it wasn't
We're
day
gonna read the
of.
text, and then you're like, "I want to finger blast you."
I've never been wetter. Feels flirty.
Day of, we hadn't talked, and she had just been like, "Hey, like, I'm not gonna like, I'm canceling because like, I'm not interested in dating women."
Wow.
Yeah, I've had many a situation where people have gone on one date and been like panicked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you're not limiting yourself to this insane, what I think straight people don't have to worry about whether or not the person they're talking to
Yeah.
is 100% straight. So
Yeah.
they can ask anybody out. So
Totally.
I think that's why there are so many bad straight dates.
Yes.
Whereas lesbians or queer, sapphic people, whatever, gay men, I think, are in a different category. But we've been hyping ourselves up to talk to this person for 8 months.
Yeah.
We are 100% certain, 1,000,000% certain
Yeah.
that this is going to be a thing.
And what I found too during like that specific period of my life was like, I was new to queer dating, and these people I think felt comfortable. They're like, oh, you're also new at this. So that felt comforting to them. But what I found out is they were trying to figure out if they were into women. And I was like, I don't know if I'm into men. Like I was on the opposite side. I was like, oh, I actually am coming from a different angle where I'm trying to figure out if I'm bisexual or a lesbian. And they're like, I don't even know if I'm into this.
Yeah.
And that happened to me a lot. And then I was like, oh, more people are more unsure. I'm gayer than I thought is what I learned from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People, I mean, they really are. But it's
Which
crazy.
is fine. But
I mean,
crazy to send me a link to a website called
yeah,
Hot
well,
Sexy
that's
Singles
like,
New
I'm
York.
like, well, now I'm wondering like the order of events that happen. I mean, my personal reading of the situation is that this person was genuinely into you, got scared. But the link.
I think it earned, to me, it read as like, she's like, I have started a Substack. That was the vibe.
Yes.
And it wasn't a Substack, but the vibe was like, I am an entrepreneur and you feel like a perfect fit. Like that was the energy. Like I earnestly, maybe that's really optimistic and naive of me. It really didn't feel like she was trying to be an asshole and then accidentally was being an asshole.
I don't think that entered her mind when she texted you for the first time. I think when she texted you the first time, she was like, this girl's cute. I'm going to text her.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you continue to this day to do the subway method?
No.
Really?
Not anymore.
You've inspired me. I think I'm going to start doing it.
I think I might start doing
I think
it again.
if I had your business cards.
I might start doing more hand jobs. I'm going to start taking the train late at night and just fucking going.
I love that. Just sitting on, riding the R train
Just
up and
riding the
back
R train
until
up and down. Yeah.
the opportunity presents itself.
Well, we have a little more time. I'm curious, like at the end of the journey, because when I met you, I think you were saying on stage that you were bisexual. By the way,
which
the
I
first
still will
set
do.
that I saw you do, I remember to this day because you fucking crushed.
Oh, that's so nice. We were on that roof.
Crushed.
I was making fun of the
Yes.
Mr. Purple girlies.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Those
Those women. I was like skeptical of what was going to happen, but I was like, oh, that was during the great gay renaissance when every woman was
Yes.
questioning their sexuality. So
Yeah.
I've had a great time up there.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were really Mr. Purple. Listener, Mr. Purple is like a bar in New York City where a certain
Straight
type
women.
of straight woman goes.
Totally. And those girlies love to get made fun of.
They do.
On stage. Yeah.
They really, they're good
They're
sports.
into it. Yeah.
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 They really are. They're like Lucas Zelnick fans.
Totally.
I'm describing a Lucas.
Oh man, I got
Zelnick
such
head.
an image that just flashed through my head. It's exactly.
You
I know,
watched
and I
that
know
go
I was
across
right.
your
Yeah,
eyes,
yeah.
But you crushed.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I believe you said you were bisexual in this set.
Yeah, I will still use the word bi because like Nico's my boyfriend. It's not that I'm not into
Right.
men, but
With an asterisk.
totally. I'm just like, I'm just not very into dating straight people. Like I'm done. I was like, I'm done having crushes on straight women. I'm not interested in dating straight men. I'd just rather date other queer people. I'm
I
having
will
more
never
fun.
stop dating straight women. I'm just going to
Totally.
put that out there.
And that is your cross to
Straight
bear.
listener. Straight listener who is still here despite being straight. Straight listener who's come up to me saying, I love that you make it for straight women too. Thank you for saying that.
And looking
I will
nerd.
have sex with you.
Yeah. Ash is like, I don't make it for straight women. I make it for you who I want to fuck personally.
And I thought
So
that was
hello,
clear.
how are you?
I feel that I've been pretty clear about it.
Yeah.
But they're still out there. They're still in the closet. Post pandemic, which is crazy to me.
I know.
Is there going to be this like renaissance of, because to me it was like all the straights came out as bisexual,
Yes.
particularly with women during
Yeah.
the pandemic.
I didn't know we had any straight women left.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels rare to meet one.
Do you think the influence of the pandemic and people coming out as bi, particularly women, will impact the next generation of straight women? Or do you think we're going to have another, like we're going to have like a bubble?
We're gonna have an opposite but equal reaction.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Are we living in a bi bubble, or will this continue into the younger
I
generations?
think it'll continue.
I think it will continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I was like, I was like around like my friends, like kids the other day, and they were all talking about gay people and queer people and like everything. And they were young. So I was like, wow, they're already talking about these things.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Well, it's so great. Like Renee Rapp is so great.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
there's so many people who got to come out during this period,
Yeah.
and I really think it's going to be helpful for.
yeah.
Yeah,
the young
and like
folk.
Muna opening for Taylor Swift. I earnestly
Yeah.
think that changed millions.
Girl in Red as well,
of-
right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's a very that's an everyone fan base, you know?
Yeah,
like
truly.
she's got everyone there.
Yes. Yeah.
Including all the straight people who maybe have something to learn about themselves.
Yeah.
And they certainly
I
do.
feel-
Why else would you listen to Taylor Swift if not to learn about yourself?
Yeah, those are people who are looking inward.
That's what I say. It's literally what I say, baby.
But so now it's interesting because like, oh man, it's funny because I think it's like way more Twitter than IRL, but like, or like online or whatever, but people will be like, lesbians will be like, well, I don't identify as a lesbian because I'm dating a trans man and I don't want to invalidate, you're dating Nico Carney, great comedian, trans guy. They don't want to invalidate their partner's sexuality. I mean, obviously I'm not trans, but the vibe that I get from Nico is, I don't think the words, I think he also has a bit about it, but I don't think the words you would choose to use would make him feel like any less of a man.
Totally. We're both kind of just like, I think labels can be really, really helpful for people at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I think some people, it maybe means more to them than others. But for me, I'm like, I'm so rarely, besides on stage when doing jokes, because I do a joke about being bi. And then I am like, I don't even know if I can call myself bisexual. And that leads into something else. But I'm like, I'm so rarely really stating it. And I feel like all the queer people I know, it's just kind of like, yeah, there is sort of this like version of queerness that's maybe not directly lesbianism, but it's not like an earnest 50-50 sort of bisexuality. Right. And that's where like most of my friends
my
are
girlfriend is bisexual. You can
true
tell
way.
in a true
She's a
way.
classic 50-50.
You can see the different type when she was in here, like, you are a different type of bisexual than she is.
I do think that I've never like worried too much about putting a word on it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, I'm confident whatever I chose to say Nico would be cool with and vice versa.
Yeah. I sometimes I understand that I see so much online discourse because of this.
Absolutely.
But like sometimes I want to be like, you know, everyone's going to be fine, right? Yeah. Like someone can have a label and it doesn't make you less of the thing that you are.
Agreed.
Because it's just a word. It's not an action.
Yeah. And it's just like, I don't ever care about that stuff with other people. I'm like, yeah, whatever feels good to you, totally fine and not my business.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, who am I to decide that for you?
Yeah, it would be very weird.
Whatever you want is fine.
It'd be so weird for someone to be like, well, Ashley, have you ever dated a trans man?
Yeah.
Because you're invalidating them right now. I'm like, not unless I say to them they're not a man. Like, I'm not invalidating.
Like, what does that have to do with the way I have a relationship with my girlfriend? It's just like confusing.
Exactly. Yeah. But I don't know. This feels like more of a discussion in the sapphic.
Yeah.
I don't know if gay men are talking
feels like there's
this.
less.
No, gay men are
with.
talking about Drag Race right now. So that's not what, you know what I mean? That's, so you guys go off, you know what I mean? We're at mid-season, so we have a lot to think about every week. Between Drag Race and then Untucked and then Pit Stop and then whatever, and then, you know, Tutor Boot, it's fucking, we're busy.
You're
okay?
totally. You just named a bunch of things that I
don't know any of those words, but I'm happy for you.
You lost me after Drag Race. I was like, Drag Race.
We have a lot of things going on, okay, and that and Israel and Palestine. We can't talk about that too. It's too much, okay. It's just too much. No, I do agree. I think gay men have really embraced more of their kink side since the pandemic. Like,
really,
we have I have seen a lot of gay men embracing like kinks that they have and exploring those parts of themselves in a similar way. You know what I mean? It's like we're just taking our own sexuality just one step further.
More gay
thinking
men,
about that,
like cis gay men talking about trans men that they hook up with, and I never heard that before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I was like,
well, and
I
think a lot of that is some of it is bullying, not bullying, but learning of trans.
I love the reframe of bullying as learning. Yo, can we reverse that? Because what you just encapsulated is 2024.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I had to.
I'm teaching you right now, you dumb bitch.
It is.
I'm doing the work, you fucking ignorant whore.
Exactly that.
By canceling you, I am helping you become a better person.
Yeah, there's a condescending learning going on that I have to absorb. Like, someone had to teach me, like, not teach me, but teach a lot of cis gay men, like, trans men are men.
Yes.
And you should not reject them on Grindr so quickly.
Because you know who's like less feminist than straight men. It's a portion of gay men.
Leave us alone.
Gay
Okay,
men-
we've done our best. Okay,
not you.
We're kidding. No. But you're right. No, you're
No
totally
one
right.
vagina shames more than a gay
No,
man.
yes, no. Most gay men I know are misogynists. In fact,
I think trans men who date like gay men have a hard time. That feels
Yes.
like because it just feels like everything's a step behind for gay men with that.
Yeah.
Their transphobia.
Mhm.
I feel for them. It feels yeah, it's tough.
But it's been a lot of years of people being like, you stop doing that. Stop fucking doing that.
Right. It's one thing for you to have like a sexual orientation that includes genitals, but it's another thing to like shame, trans people and keep them out of communities and stuff like that. You know, it's like,
No, absolutely. Yeah. But that was going on. The thing is we just got on that file because we were on race for so long. You know what I mean? There was so many gay men that had in their profiles like, no blacks, no this, no that. You know what I mean? So it's like we were on that for so long, and we've just finally started to
It's like a
unravel
really,
that.
it's really bad.
Wow. Like on Grindr?
I believe that horniness is really at the basis of all human rights. And if we could just like fix the way people like horniness makes people.
I know exactly what you're trying to say. I know exactly where. Yes, it's
you know
like
what I'm talking about?
we underestimate how much the world revolves around sex, and
is
it does
so-
really impact a lot of decisions that are made.
Objectification
Yeah.
and like fetishization.
I see what you're
and
saying.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I
Totally.
totally understand that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
Anyway.
So we've just gotten off that, you know what I mean? So now we're just starting to fold in the trans people. We need a minute, okay? We need a minute. But I definitely feel like I'm glad that we're not going in that direction. I'm glad that we're finally opening ourselves up.
Yeah.
As
It's been
a
nice
whole
to
community.
see. I wonder if that's happening just in New York and LA or the rest of the country.
I
too.
hope it's happening in the rest of the
Yeah.
country, but
I
it is
hope
predominantly,
everywhere.
I've seen it a lot. Yeah.
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 Well, did you have gay? Thank you, Maddie, for sharing.
Of course.
I'm gonna bring those business cards back.
I really
gonna
think
do
you
it.
should.
Yeah.
I would buy them.
Okay.
That's fun.
I'll just give you some.
yeah.
You will not use them.
I'll give them to friends who need them. I have so many friends who are so bad about asking anyone out. I think a business card would
I
really
love the
help
idea
them.
of just a little
Shaking.
femme queer with a denim jacket and like a rainbow pin, shaking, handing this, and then like running out of the bar,
throwing.
throwing cards.
Listener, this episode is brought to you by Smalls, my absolute favorite cat food, and my cat's favorite cat food. If you're like me, your cats are kind of part of your family, and it's embarrassing, but it is true. And that's why I absolutely love Smalls. Smalls makes the best cat food around, not just according to me, but also my cats, and veterinarians.org rates Smalls 10 out of 10 for ingredient quality. I feel so good that I'm not feeding my cat burnt kibble and that the food in there is preservative-free and something you'd find in your fridge. Plus, my cat's breath is better, their fur is shinier, and they're in a much better mood. After making the switch to Smalls, 90% of cat owners reported overall health improvements. That's a big deal. Now is the time to make the switch to Smalls. Head to smalls.com/gay and use promo code GAY at checkout for 50% off your first order plus free shipping. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use my code GAY for 50% off your first order. One last time, that's promo code GAY for 50% off your first order plus free shipping.
Did you have gay sex this week?
Yes, I have.
You're on a roll, Gus.
A few times. So I'm out here.
yard
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, I did just get back from Thailand, and that was a fun little experience.
Yeah.
I met this guy, and it was really fun. We had like this Bangkok day where like we met up, we fucked, we like smoked weed, we went to a dispensary, we went to get street food, we got dinner, we got
You
massages.
did a full date.
Oh my God,
Oh
that's
yeah, we went to a
amazing.
gay bar, we saw drag shows, and
Did
then
you
we
fall in love?
fucked again.
When I have
Yeah.
things like that, I like
It's giving lesbian date.
Yeah.
It was a lesbian date. It did feel like an episode of a TV show. It's like where you just meet somebody and then they just like, I had to go fly to Chiang Mai the next day. So I was out. So it was just this wonderful, beautiful day.
Wait, can I bring Jen in for a second? Because I don't feel comfortable saying what I'm going to say with it. Jen, are you doing your TikTok? I was going to say, that sounds like a lesbian date, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I feel like, I wonder how this is going to land with you. He was just describing this day-long date with somebody. And and that feels
It was 12
lesbian to me.
hours.
And that feels like what I do versus what you do, whether or not you're with a woman or a man. Like you have like a straight date. Whereas I give this person like a little piece of my life and then leave them forever. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Okay, yeah.
It was so immediate. That's so funny.
I just want to point out, you called her and to call you out like this.
Yeah,
okay,
no,
I just want to say.
I didn't feel that I
It's like, sorry for getting drinks with people.
But I feel like mine is like so much more intense because it's like, it's so lesbian. Like, do you know what I mean?
I'm not there usually. I don't
No, you're not.
do it.
But that's what I'm what Gus just described.
It was a
I
lesbian.
totally
yeah.
hear that.
It was
You're
very
like,
much.
You're a couple for that day, and then you're like,
Yes.
goodbye.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm? Do you know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
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 And that's beautiful.
Thanks,
It
honey.
was beautiful.
Okay,
It
that's
was
all I need
beautiful.
you for.
And I had a bunch of like filthy sex this week, but I was like, let me tell them. Let me tell them the wholesome story, the wholesome, nice one.
So are you guys in touch?
We are. We followed each other on Instagram. He lives in Germany, so
Oh, he's
you know,
German.
He's German.
Was he tall?
He wasn't. He
Berlin?
wasn't. He was. No.
Yeah. Does he want tickets to my Berlin show?
Well, he lives like near Hamburg, so
Munich?
maybe I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll text him.
But how did you like? Have you ever been in this situation where you're like, because this happened to me once, where you're about to do the all day. It's good that you had sex in the morning.
Yeah.
So
Right, so we got
smart.
it right. It was like the first thing we did, and I made
Yeah.
How
sure
did
that
you meet?
Grinder.
So you woke up at 9 a.m. and you were on
No,
Grindr?
we met up like, so what happened was I was in Bangkok for a day and I was walking around and then I got too hot because it's 96 degrees there. I didn't know. I had no idea. I just want to let you know. I did so much research on Thailand and the only thing I didn't know
Except
was the
the
climate.
weather.
No, I didn't know the climate at all.
Yeah.
I just didn't have that information locked in here at all, baby.
Jen and I are going in December.
So December, it'll be nice. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
It'll be like what I had, which
Yeah.
is still really aggressively hot, but nice. Let me tell you. That's all I'll say. It's aggressive though.
Okay.
But just so strap in. You're probably going to be wearing a lot of pants. And you're not going to want to be like, your skin's not going to want to be
96
out.
degrees?
Yeah. You don't want your skin out at all.
The sun.
Oh, okay.
Also, you're going into temples and stuff, and I think you have to.
You have to wear pants.
Respectful.
Get those linen pants that everyone's wearing. Just look at the locals and see what they're wearing and then go buy exactly what they're wearing.
Okay.
Literally. Because that's how you get through the day.
And I end up appropriating and being offensive.
Honestly, but
Everyone's like-
but you'll be so cool. You'll be
Everyone's
so
like,
breezy
no.
though. So whatever.
I will be breezy. Easy breezy appropriation.
Yeah, exactly. So I went to this I was smoking weed somewhere and I messaged this guy on Grindr and he was like, oh my God, I follow you on Instagram.
Oh.
So I was like,
You're in.
I was like, I'm in, baby. Let's go.
No cuck chair for you.
Exactly. So we made plans for the next day, and then we met up around like
Got
the
it.
afternoon, and then we just hung out like the whole day.
Okay,
Until
okay.
until the night.
You gotta know whether or not you like the
That's
person.
the thing.
It's smart
before
to have
you
sex
roll
first.
Into, I love morning sex.
The very next day, I was in Chiang Mai and I was on like this line for a dinner place and it was really popular and there was this weird number system. So I asked this cute guy, I was like, how does this number system work? And he was like, we were chatting. And then he came up and he's like, want to have dinner with me? And I was like, sure. And I thought this is going to be another romance day number 2.
Yes,
Strap
yes.
in. Let's go. It was awful. The minute we sat down, I was like, I hate this dude. This dude sucks. He
Why?
hates me. I don't like this dude.
he hates you.
He hated me. Everything about me, I could tell he did not like. He was like immediately off the bat, like, no, I don't like you. Because he was just like judging everything. He was like, I was like, oh yeah.
Was he negging you? Because sometimes people from Instagram like
No, he wasn't negging me. He was just like an asshole. Like he was from Germany, but he was like, I haven't really figured out my life. I'm 41. I might move back to Australia with my mom. I don't know what I'm doing. I kind of want to live here for the rest of my life. And I was like, bro, you have not figured it out. And that's okay.
So
That's
he didn't ask you
okay.
a single question about yourself.
But no, he did.
he
And
was
then every
mad.
time I'd give an answer, he'd have this weird judgy response. And I'd be like, okay. Like,
Oh
he was
my
like,
God.
what have you done on this trip? And I'm like, explaining to him. And I keep busy on vacation. I have an
Yeah.
itinerary. I like doing things. I like seeing everything.
which you're gonna send to me.
I will send everything to you. And
Your
you're going to
cable
love
jumping.
it. But yes, exactly. But like, he was like, oh, when are you going to just relax?
oh.
And I
Why
was like,
would he say that?
bro, like how
That's not
I
helping.
You're
decide to
literally,
use
you're not gonna get married. You're just here to
Right.
figure out whether or not you want to fuck each other.
Exactly.
You're like, I didn't ask to have dinner with you.
Exactly. You asked to have dinner with me, and now he's judging me. I could tell he just like hated everything. And then I was like, "Do you want to split spring rolls?" And he was like, "I'm gluten free." And I was like, "Do you want to split an appetizer or not?" Like, I'm just trying to be
Does
nice.
a spring roll have gluten? Isn't it rice
It's rice paper.
Oh
Thank you.
Wow. He was attacking.
Thank you. Sorry. I hated this dude.
Also, yes, the appropriate thing to say would be, oh, I'd love to split something, but I can't have the whatever.
Yeah. Just an aggressive tinge on everything he said.
It just was not fun. And so, but then I realized when he didn't like me, I was like, wait, I don't like you.
Yeah.
And that for me is the difference between my
Powerful.
20s and my 30s.
Yes.
Baby.
Yes.
It felt so nice
That
at
is
the
so
end of that
real.
dinner to be like, see you later. I'm going to go see this. Bye. Like, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I subscribe to the belief that if one person isn't really into you, you're not as into them as you think you are.
Yes, because you need to have like vibes for that to ever work.
I
Like
agree.
it has to be mutual for that to ever, which is why I hate negging.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why are you
Yes.
starting us off on this foot?
Yes. Who likes the negging? Who is
don't
this
know.
for? Do you like negging?
No.
Pierce, do you like negging?
Well, that's everyone.
Yeah.
So
That's the whole room.
I know. Jen. Well, my theory about this is because I went on this date. I've already done this story on the pod, so I'm not going to get into it. But I went on this date where like it just wasn't. Where the fuck is my girlfriend? Jen.
So I think there's a difference between it being pleasurable and it being effective. So like you might not like to be negged, but boy oh boy does it work wonders for
I
them.
thought
We'll
you
come
were
back to
talking
that.
about
Do you
calling
like
for
being
Jen.
negged?
No one likes that.
Okay, thank you.
Agreed.
I'm sorry. I was really just doing bits about you coming into the room. Did I bother you?
It sounded.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Go on, Pierce. Sounds like you have a take.
I mean, that's pretty much it. It's like for me, every person that I've been with who like constantly negged me, it fostered kind of like a dependency on them. Right.
yeah.
but were you okay? So I had a girl that negged me
manipulative.
for several
Sure.
years, but I was dating her, and she didn't neg me at the beginning.
Right. You kind of got to ease into
In fact, negging I don't think is the correct word. I think it was an emotionally abusive
I was
relationship.
going to say,
Yeah,
that's abuse.
yeah.
Perhaps.
it. You got to work your way up to that abuse. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were at minimum toxic. We were in a toxic
Yeah.
relationship. So, but I was seeing this girl, and you know, we had a really hot, great night together once. She was coming to the city. I was going to hang out with her for a couple days. Instantly, it was just bad vibes, really awkward and weird. But she kept wanting to try and make it work. Because at a certain point, I finally was like, hey, I just don't think the chemistry is really there anymore. And I feel
Yeah.
sad saying that because we had such a great time. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's just not really there anymore. And I had such a great time with you, and you're a lovely person.
Yeah.
And
Mature
she-
thing to do.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And she was just like, no, I feel like we can make it. And I was just like, I respect you too much for this to be true.
Yes.
You could not possibly be enjoying yourself right now.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It's like you have to look inward and be like, why are you so desperate to save this?
Right. We don't,
You know?
we had sex one time. It was really, really fun.
Yeah.
We chatted.
Leave
and
on a high note.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my personal belief that
Some people like a challenge in a way that I'm like, I don't know if that's good. I don't
Yeah.
think that's healthy.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think people just get really desperate for relationships in a weird way. And like, I think so many people ask themselves, like, does that person like me? But not, do I like that person?
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
asks themselves that question
Guys,
for a
this
long
turned
time.
into like
Yeah.
a really like a girl podcast. This turned
Hey,
into
girlies. This
Yeah.
is the Amanda show.
Something called like bitches who chat or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
girls who code bitches
Yeah.
who chat.
But yeah,
I don't know. That was just
Yeah.
No,
I just don't
absolutely.
understand the point
True.
of view that like,
I have to make this work.
yeah, I
Yeah.
have to make this work.
It is very young, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
20s versus
I had
80s.
one.
But my ex was like that, and he was in his 40s. Like, he was like, I'm
Yeah.
clinging on to this as long as possible because of the opposite of like, I'm getting old and I just want to get married.
Peter Pan
And it's like, that's
syndrome.
fine, but also like, this isn't really working for you either.
Yeah.
So
also,
like, what is
right.
it? You know?
Why preserve youth by the worst parts of it, which are like being immature?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not like pick up a new hobby or something or join an
That was
intramural
see,
sports league?
that was so
Like,
that's such a beautiful way of putting it.
Sunk cost fallacy. You feel like it, yeah, but
yeah.
when really you'd be happier alone. But sorry guys, I'm sniffly.
No, it's okay.
Apologies to anyone watching. Rather than cut somewhere else during that, Alex. I'm wiping my nose. All right. Well, this felt like a fun episode.
This was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for
so
having
last
me.
minute, Gus.
Hey, thanks for
coming
having me.
through, and you fucking killed it.
Boom,
Yes.
boom. Hey,
really,
hey.
really killer co-hosting.
Hi, baby.
Coming in when you needed to move the conversation, stepping back when Maddie really had the floor.
Oh
was
my
saying
God.
interesting
I
things.
love feedback. I'm such a millennial. This is all I need. I'm like so hard right now.
You're Gen
A+.
Z, right?
I think technically 97.
Why do they
Cusp.
hate us so much, the Gen Zs?
They hate the millennials.
They really are quite
I
mean
think
to
it's
us.
because they know their fate and they like see themselves in you.
This is what I
That's
think
what
it
it
is.
is.
Because if you
That's
think what
always what
we're
it
doing
is.
is chuggy, you guys
Oh, yeah.
did way more weird stuff content wise.
Oh, yeah.
Put a finger down. Like you're gonna regret this one day.
There are 18-year-olds who hate our ass. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like it's
really?
already happening, I'm sure.
Yeah. Other Maddie, original Maddie, hall monitor Maddie says it's because the gaps between the change of technology are happening so fast. You can like hate the generation before you or after you faster because you have less.
Wow, that is so insightful.
Yeah, isn't
That's
it?
so true.
That's
Yeah.
what she thought
yeah,
it was.
yeah. That makes
Yeah.
so much sense.
Yeah. It makes me sad because I feel for Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you. I'll let everyone know
Thanks.
in our
Yeah.
chat.
I worry.
Text the group.
Do you guys have a
will.
chat?
We do. And I'll say
it a
Ashley said
WhatsApp?
she feels for us. Everyone's
Because like
welcome.
you guys have so many mental illnesses and you're so sad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, the demise, climate change. I get the doom and gloom that
not
hangs
great.
over you guys. Like I really feel for you guys.
Yeah. We had like 8 years of like, I felt great. Do you know what I mean?
You were like, Bush was president and I was feeling good.
Yeah, baby. It was Clinton. I was like, let's go.
Clinton and Bush years. I know Bush was there were some pretty horrendous things happening, but like that was pretty good. And then when we hit, I don't know how old you are, but when 2008 hit, that was really like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really was
this
2008, yeah.
This is gonna be kind of rough.
I was young and I felt that in 2008.
Mhm, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
As soon as Lady Gaga came on the scene, it was like something weird was going on, baby. Let me tell you.
No more queer people in media.
Just Lady Gaga.
Just Gaga.
Well, she's bi. Did you know that?
She is
I did not know
bisexual,
that.
yeah.
I kind of
Yeah.
assumed.
Yeah.
I would
assume
love to have her on
everyone's
the
bi.
podcast. That would be so insane. Can you imagine Lady Gaga just walking into my apartment?
I would literally lose. I would have to co-host. I would get Maddie. I would break
Are
Maddie's
you
leg. I want to let you know.
Gus, of course. If we have any pop culture moments.
Sorry, Maddie. I hope you're feeling better, but I would break your leg.
No, I do.
It would only be right.
I do think about the chemistry a lot on
Yeah,
the pod
yeah,
and like
yeah.
having different people because we're moving towards a more rotation style just because Maddie is touring a lot
Mm-hmm.
and we talked about it. And that was the original vision of the podcast is to have like all these different types of people to co-host. And you're definitely a pop culture girly. I would.
Hi, baby.
We had Chapel Roan on. Are you a Chapel?
I love
Did you
Chapel
really?
Roan.
What?
We had her when she was small. She had like
Wow.
30,000 followers.
I love Chapel Roan.
Finger on
Yeah,
the
she's
pulse.
great.
But thank you guys for being here. Gus, plug your stuff.
I'm at Constantly Gus on all the social media apps. I just did Comedy Central and that dropped, so go watch that set. And I'm going on tour in May. So
Hell yeah. Where are you
have fun
going?
with that.
Say
I'm-
if you.
I'm
of
doing
that.
Arizona. I'm doing San Diego, San
Oh, where are you
Francisco.
going in Arizona?
I'm doing Chandler, Arizona, which is I don't know where that is, but it's a club. It's my mic drop.
Oh,
I'm excited.
I don't
yeah.
know that one.
Yeah, I'm excited for
I
it.
love all the clubs in Arizona.
Yeah, I'm doing Tampa and Orlando, and then Toronto.
We're in Toronto.
Oh, Comedy Bar.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Toronto is an incredible comedy audience.
I can't wait.
They're
I cannot
amazing.
wait.
They're
I'm
amazing.
so
You're
excited.
gonna have the best time. And then Maddie, same thing.
Oh, yes. I'm mpeck_ on Instagram. I have a monthly show at Union Hall called Last Drop. It's really fun. It's often gay. Come through.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and if you guys, if you're not, people have been texting me. You guys have really been slacking. The new listeners, you have been slacking on getting on my text and my email alert. So can you fucking do? I hate seeing people like, oh, I love your podcast. When are you coming here? And I'm like, are you fucking serious? I was just there. This is free. I'm reverse Ellen. I'm becoming mean now. This is free. It costs you nothing. I don't sell the data. I don't spam. Why haven't you signed up? Do you want me to miss you? Or do you want to? Thank you. Thank you, Gus. Gus is
reinforcing.
staring at the camera. What is your problem? I took hours to build this. I built it. I'm a woman in STEM, and you're like, women in STEM. No, you don't support us. Patreon.com/WHGS. Okay, listener, gay thought. I actually have one. Like we discussed on the podcast today, you're a bunch of pussies and you won't approach a woman because you're like, I don't know if she's going to know that I'm gay. I don't know if she's gay. I don't want to be a creep, yada, yada, yada. What if I made business cards for you that said something along the lines of, I'm gay. Okay, get off your fucking high horse about labels. Okay, I can't do a different business card for your allosexual I don't like. Please just honestly fuck off. It just says I'm gay. Clip that up out of context, put it online, get me canceled again. It just says fuck demisexuals. I'm gay. I think you're cute. Here's my number. Would you use that? Would you shakily approach someone and then hand it to her or them and then run away? Or would you pussy out? On the back of it, it says, don't pussy out. Don't be a little bitch. You'd only need like 10 because you're all going to U-Haul anyway. I don't even have to make like a full deck of cards. Literally, I could send you 3 of these and it would last you a year. That's what a little pussy ass bitch you are. And then as soon as you meet someone, you're moved in with them. So you don't even need the card anymore. You guys need a second card for breaking up. That's what you need. It's just 2 cards. One is the hitting on you. And the other one is, we have become codependent. It is time for us to break up. That's the card set. You can take that one back after you hand it to them. Patreon.com/WHGS to make this possible.